Retirement, it's actually quite a scary word. You're in your 30s and you're talking about the word retirement. We're not supposed to talk about retirement until, you're in your mid-60s, and here you are, still young. That's quite daunting. And if anything, I'd been putting it off by signing contracts in France, Japan, because there was a real fear about, well, what's next. She's gonna challenge me here, boys. Make me turn the music off. Jeez. It's all right. 2021, I committed to that decision, and I knew that I was done. Mentally, I'd switched off. But my focus had been now towards spending more time with my family. I knew that it was time to retire. And that day that I announced it and made it public, it was such a strange feeling. I felt like, there's a part of me that, it was taken away. The fact that I was never going to play rugby again. That's effectively what I was committing to with retirement. It was quite a scary feeling, because it's something I knew, been playing professionally for 18 years. I know a lot of rugby players and sports people in general deal with it very differently. Once I hung up the boots, I didn't have to quickly jump into a 9 to 5. I've actually talked to a lot of players that have finished playing, and they feel pressure. They feel pressure from people going, well, what are you doing now? That question. And I freaked out a little bit too, because after I retired, I was like, well, what are you doing now? And I didn't really have an answer. And I came up with some excuse around repurposing, making sure that I make happy choices, and just kind of gave this answer that didn't really make a lot of sense. And I've been working for 18 years as a professional rugby player, and I wanted to make sure when I did finish that there was financial security for my family and I, and through a lot of support, and I'd invested well enough to set my family up, so I didn't have to rush straight into a job. I said I was going to take a year off in 2021, and ended up getting involved in 3 startups and writing a book. The biggest challenge for me was actually trying to find out what my purpose was now that rugby is finished. I soon worked out that I wanted to use the first year or 2 out of rugby to give back. I look at the life my family and I live, and so thankful to be able to live this life, and a lot of it is off the back of sport and rugby in particular. So I want to use this platform and sport to just give back as I figure out exactly what it is that's going to get me out of bed and drive me forward over the next 10, 20 years. I'm lucky enough to be an ambassador for UNICEF for the last 7 years, and I've seen the incredible work that they've done. Brings back a few memories walking in here, preparing for a test match. Something inside me that wanted to do something new, something different. So I set up my own fund called the DC-10 Fund, and I wanted to use it as a platform to give back to children, to enhance the lives of children. So I partnered with UNICEF because I knew the incredible work that they did all around the world. I wanted to start small. I picked a UNICEF project in the Pacific Islands, our neighbouring brothers and sisters, to help the kids in need in the Pacific Islands. Simple things that we take for granted like clean water, sanitation and hygiene. So with all of that, thanks a lot for coming along today. We're going to shoot outside and have a wee kick around, see if I can still kick a ball or not. And I felt like I needed a good fundraising event. I brought my passion of wanting to give back to these kids in need with another passion of mine, goal kicking.
Yeah! That was good. That was mean.
So I decided to see if I could, kick goals for 24 hours, all to help provide clean water for those kids in the Pacific.